Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a match between Shuttle and Ample, a PvT for you today, here on Fighting Spirit, top right. We're gonna have a brown Terran player, it is Ample, and in the bottom right, it is Shuttle. Our yellow Protoss player, gonna be an excellent PvT between these two players. Shuttle is more established, he has a lot more victories under his belt, but Ample is an upcoming Terran player. He's incredible at TVP and TVZ, so he should give Shuttle everything he can handle. And I'm not entirely sure who's going to win today. If I was betting on it, I would say Shuttle, but I've been wrong before and I'll be wrong again. All right, so happy, let's see, what is it today? When this is going to post? 29, 30, 31. Is it New Year? Is it 2022 already? I'm going to check my calendar real fast. Calendar says that nope, that's not calendar. Yeah. Oh, it is. Happy 2022, everybody. Welcome to a new year. There's a Brood War cast that I threw up right at the end of 2019 where I was like, you know, got a good feeling about 2020. I think it's going to be a good year for everyone. And that still gets comments to this day from people who are like, yeah, man, way to call 2020. And it's like, yeah, you're right. So I've given up on that. I have no idea what the future holds when it comes to 2022. Yeah, I got nothing. I got no predictions. It seems like a lot of different areas are a little bit on fire. Whether it goes to geopolitics or whether it goes to the way certain things are going with diseases. You know, those are the things that are mostly concerning. But I keep saying this over and over again. You know, you live in an era where you are the least likely to get drafted and forced to fight in a war compared to any other era of human history, all right? Now look, I'm not saying something won't change ever or you will never have a draft again. I'm not saying that. I'm saying your chances of getting drafted as a citizen of Earth are the lowest that they've ever been. We're a fairly peaceful time. This is called the Great, I think it's called the Great Pax, which is just Latin for peace. Like, it is the most peaceful era of human history, according to historians, since the beginning of human history, okay? So, that's nice. That is a good thing. We're working on renewable energy. Solar's getting a lot better. We're maybe trusting nuclear power a little bit better. Hydroelectric's pretty cool, right? We're doing a lot of good things to help the Earth, and I do have a positive feeling about the general long-term outlook of the planet and humanity in general, so there you go. Those are my thoughts on 2022 and the future in, you know, as a whole. Now look, 2022, I don't know, an asteroid might hit the Earth. Who knows? That would totally suck. Don't, you know, don't give me a hard time for that. All right, anyway, what's happening? Marine check in the top left. SCV check in the bottom left. They are both wrong as Shuttle is down in the bottom right. Both players doing the very safe thing of getting a Cyber Core before expansion or... Oh, you know what? Not getting factory before expansion from Ample. I like this from him. I like it quite a bit. And actually, no, am I a giant liar? I think that expansion timing was first before the Cyber Core. So both players actually going for expansion before their second tier tech. Yeah, there's your factory. Obviously, the Cyber Core is working on some Dragoon stuff, but that's why the bunker's up and that's why there's Marines, and you're probably going to have to repair this bunker for a while, etc., etc. We know how this works. So SCV comes in and says, all right, interesting. So the Nexus has been done for a while. Second gateway's not coming up yet, so I think we should be fine. There's obviously a Dragoon out already. Got my bunker ready to go, feeling very safe and comfortable about that one. And, you know, my factory's not done yet, which is a bit of a problem, but, you know, I'll just make a single siege tank. Or maybe vultures with spider mines. They can handle these Dragoons fairly well, too, before they get detection out. So, a little bit of a different PvT than we've been seeing on the channel recently, which is fun. I'm down with a little bit different in the build orders when it comes to PvT especially, because it feels like there's about two things you can do for openings. I guess you could proxy, right? Proxy totally thing. You can go one base. That's a thing. If you go for like a one base Reaver drop style thing as Protoss and your opponent doesn't scout it out and they have an early expand, they're going to have a fairly bad time. That's what scouting is all about. That's why both players have scouted each other fairly thoroughly at this stage. So, second factory, working on the machine shop, so not going for a, you know, super fast vulture here. Instead, getting the machine shop up, getting a siege tank, and then when there's enough, maybe go for siege mode, and The production tab says no, we're not doing that. Absolutely not. Now siege mode. No. There it is. Okay, siege tech coming in. Dragoons waiting on singularity charge to finish, and there it is. Trying to set up in the exact right position where you can fire on the bunker, but the bunker cannot fire on you. And it is, the rule of thumb is 1 SCV per Dragoon firing at the bunker. That's it. I don't think you need this third one, except there are 2 more Dragoons coming, so you do. Ah, the SCV saw the Dragoons coming. Nicely scouted, by the way. Comes in, what's your next level of tech is the question. And the answer is, that's a robotics facility, but it could just be for detection. It could be for reavers. No, tank needs to get shots off, but also... takes down the first siege tank. Takes a lot of hits. Not too much, though. Dude, Shuttle, you are so gosh darn scary. That was amazing. That was a great play. So, SCV stops running, gets stabbed to death by Les Zelota. However you say that in other languages, I'm sure that's what it is in some other language. And another tank comes in. Siege mode is done now. So now you should be able to siege up right about here and have a good time. Or maybe under the barracks would be a pretty decent position to set that up, because you can't target fire that way. Actually, they run this time. It's just the one siege tank like before, but this time they decide to back on out. So this is where Shuttle says, okay, I got a 2-basing Terran. He's got a bunch of SCVs. His tank count is getting fairly high. He killed his first one, which is nice, but he's going to keep making those tanks until the end of time. So I need to whittle those down. I also need to expand to my 3rd before the Terran player does exactly what he's doing now at that 6 o'clock position here on Le Fighting Spirit. Ooh, Shuttle speed upgrade here, which to me indicate... There it is, Reavers. Okay, that indicates Reavers. It was in the production tab already. I clicked on the wrong thing or something. I don't know. Yeah, so not 1 base Reaver drops, but 2, like 2.5 base Reaver drops, because that 3rd base is not quite done yet. So ready for some kind of those shenanigans is the Terran. He's going to throw up turrets here. He's got tanks in the main base to deal with that. Got a tank covering the natural and the bunker, which has a Marine in it. The rest of the Marines are here, because having anti-air to take down a Shuttle in the case of a Reaver drop is extraordinarily important. Aight. So Reaver's out. Bam, let's load that sucker up. Let's get it going, baby. Throwing up, how many gateways? Wow, 4 gateways at a time for Shuttle. And doing that Shuttle shenanigan run. Armory in production for further upgrades. There are Scarabs being produced inside the Shuttle here. If you queue them up, they'll keep making... Even though you can't see it happening, it's happening. So, gonna try to sneak... Where are you gonna go here, Shuttle? Is there a good angle for you to... Nope, you're gonna walk right into a missile turret there. That's not good. Okay. Alright. Maybe just don't lose the Shuttle with the Reaver in it instantaneously. That's a recommended thing to not do. Groiki making another Shuttle here, actually. So yeah, Shuttle living up to his name early this time. We do see Shuttles from him in most of his games, but... in this case, it is, 7-minute Shuttle Reaver shenanigans that are getting rebuffed instantly by Ample, because he scouted it. He came in with the SCV, he saw what was going on, he probably threw some ComSat scans down too, just to make sure that's what was happening on the follow-up, and everything is totally fine. So SCV sees the Shuttle, maybe needs to run, because this Reaver's going to try to one-shot this dude. And Shuttle, wow. I guess checking to see if there's some kind of a sneaky 3rd base ninja in the top left, and there's not. Maybe just hiding out from enemies that might come try to kill it. And then, I don't know, are we scouting with this Shuttle? I guess that's what observers are for, but are there many observers out is a good question at the moment. I mean, recognizing that siege mode came out first means you don't have to worry about a lot of Vulture play early, but you do have to worry about them eventually. Like, Spider Mines are on the way now. It's not like you're going to forget about those entirely if you're Ample. Ooh, 3rd CC here. We're going to land it over this way, throwing up an early missile turret to deal with incoming Shuttle shenanigans. Yeah, Shuttle comes all the way home. Loads up a couple Zealots. There's another Shuttle with 4 Zealots in it. And we're going to go shut down this 3rd base attempt. Oh my gosh. Well, alright. Siege tanks on the low ground to try to make this a fairly safe place. Wow, I don't know about going in here, though. Okay, alright. I don't know how many... dropping the Zealots on top of the siege tanks and then letting the Dragoons... And the Reaver gets some hits off there. I think the Reaver just died. So the Reaver just died, but oh my gosh, so many tanks going down. This is exactly This is beautiful micro and timing from Shuttle here. He just killed, what, 5 or 6 siege tanks? We'll make it 7, why not? Maybe 8, keep it rolling. Dude, is Ample just dead? Ample's tank count just got horrendously reset, ladies and gentlemen. Horrendously reset here. Oh my gosh. Tank down. Zealots getting... Spider-Mine doesn't get to attack because it gets killed first. This attack is exactly what you need to do. If you're Shuttle, are you going to lose a lot of Dragoons? Yes. Are you going to kill a bunch of siege tanks? That's the plan. Absolutely. There's still Zealots and Dragoons here. Dude, Shuttle is crushing right now. I gotta say, this is a little surprising to see how well Shuttle is doing. Denying that third base. Killing siege tank. Oh my gosh, another tank died. Okay, this one's gonna survive thanks to Vulture support, but the bunker's getting focused down. Now they're getting chased away. Spider-Mines are gonna... That's gonna connect. Ugh! Big time hit that way. Okay, bunker stays alive. That's a huge thing for Ample. There's an empty Shuttle hanging out inside his base, which is a little bit terrifying, but you think if there was something in there, you would know. So Ample's just been absolutely set back. He has exactly 2 siege tanks at 11 minutes. He lost upwards of, I want to say 10, 11, 12 siege tanks died there. Ample just got completely reset back to 0. And yeah, did we lose a ton of Dragoons? Yeah. Ton of Zealots? But keeping that tank count low and just having a third base when the Terran doesn't have it makes this work. It's the formula. Denying the third base, having a third base of your own, and then going for the attack. I mean, these Dragoons on their own are not going to take down these low-ground siege tanks for sure, but then you drop on top of them with the Reaver, which dies pretty quickly, and the Zealots, and suddenly it goes a lot better. This is the reason that Shuttle names himself Shuttle. It's because he understands the power of the Shuttle. Reaver drops on in, trying to get some hits off. Beautifully done. Ow! Then siege tank fire, which is instantaneous, takes the Reaver out. But the Zealots are still here. They're still here. Dragoons at the front. How? Shuttle, you are a master of your craft, sir. Not a Protoss main, but my goodness, you're making this look extremely easy. You know, in a lot of games where it just looks extremely hard for Protoss. It does. There are a bunch of games that I cast where it's very hard for Protoss to do this. It's not easy to make this work. Is he? Oh, he just tank dropped in here. Okay. Tank dropped, Vulture dropped, Spider-Mine dropped back behind the mineral line for natural base. So Ample's like, I'm tired of being the defender here. I'm going to try to get some damage done on this side. And yeah, it is 52 to 52 workers, so some workers have died here. At the natural base, it looks like. That's good. But fourth base is warping in, bottom left for Shuttle. Vulture's trying to do what they can, but you have to keep a bunch of units at home to defend against the oncoming attacks. And then on-stop assaults from Shuttle. Ay, caramba. Aina caramba. Ana Karena. That's a book I haven't read. It's Russian, right? I think it's Russian. Haven't read War and Peace either. Russian authors are, like, verbose. They really like writing super long works. It's what they do. It's their style. I get it. It's cool. Not really my cup of tea. I'd rather you kind of get to the point. If you're going to have a long book, then have a lot of stuff happen in it, right? Tons of interesting things happen. Like, for example, the Stormlight Archives books by Brandon Sanderson. Some of the best fantasy being written today, if not the best. Super long books, but very interesting. Intricate magic system. Very well thought out. Like, that's the thing about Sanderson is he does magic, but there's rules. There's hardline rules that he establishes for his world, and he follows them, unlike a lot of other magic books where it's like, I don't know, what can the magic do? And the author's like, whatever I need it to in this particular chapter. That's it. So it bugs. But Sanderson's good stuff. Stormlight Archive, good series. Way of Kings is the first book in the series. One of my favorites, honestly. Really, really strong start to the whole thing. So if you want to check it out, I'd recommend it. Your local library probably has it. That'd be my guess. Or, you know, bookstores everywhere probably is a pretty big name. Getting sponsored by Brandon Sanderson would be super cool. But he has not contacted me. Maybe if I contact him, maybe he would sponsor the channel. Maybe I should. Anyway. Anyway, I mean, look at this. 4 bases fully running for Shuttle. 3rd base is now open. Just working on getting that 3rd refinery in for Lample. Working on Psionic Storm, working on Recall. Shuttle just has this game well in hand. It's 170 with 158 supply, and you might say, well, he's only up about 10 supply on the Terran, and that's true. But that early damage done was serious damage done. Engagement in the middle here. Don't think I forgot about that shuttle up that way. This is... Wow. Generally, you don't see Vultures attacking a Dragoon group like this, but they are at numbers with Spider Mines high enough to just crush through there. Ample gets a major win that way, and now he's going to find a probe to kill. Trying to expand up here. Dead. And maybe getting down into this 4th base, too. I know there are some cannons here, but the they can take a couple hits. Oh, Siege Tank. All right, so you flee with the SCVs. Siege Tank ends up, well, Siege Tanks maybe end up killing the Reaver. Down to 47 workers, though. 47 to 60 is not good. He was at like 55 or 56. That was pretty big. Pretty big drop for sure. And these Vultures are trying to engage this way, but that's not going to work for them. Okay, Spider-Man take out 3 Dragoons. And 4 Dragoons, wounding a couple of them at the same time. Yeah, Spider-Man's just getting laid at random here at this 4th base, which is pretty hot stuff from Ample, actually. So Ample at 139 supply, lost a lot of SCVs. His main base is mined out, so he transferred a bunch to his natural, which is also getting mined out. Storm Drop! Storm Drop connecting with even more SCVs. Dude, the Shuttle plays from Shuttle. What did you expect when you clicked on this game? You expected a lot of amazing Shuttle play, because it's Shuttle. The Vultures are trying to do their thing here, but there's cannons and Siege Tanks dropping up this direction, though. Maybe get them closer. Ooh, EMP on the Arbiter. Oh, but the recall happens anyway because the animation comes in a little bit after it's actually cast. Oh, that sucks. That was very close for Ample. If that recall doesn't get off, this base is in a lot of trouble. Dude, Ample is scrapping. He is fighting hard right now, and you have to respect him for that. He's lost a lot of SCVs. He's lost a bunch of tanks. He's making it work with Vultures for the most part here. Recreating this tank count as well as he can. He got +2 attack on those guys. Got Dragoons at +2 attack with the Zealots and everybody else sharing that upgrade. Spider-Mine takes out a couple Zealots, wounds some others in the general vicinity. Spider-Mine field's getting cleared out pretty well, I think, today by Shuttle. It's something that's important to do. Gotta go clear those out. 12 o'clock expansion from Ample for a 4th base. It is a little bit late, especially because this is a 5th base already coming in. But, you know, you could do it. That's the thing. Like, Terran in TVP, a lot of the time is, can you get up 30 siege tanks and get them set up in a position where the Protoss doesn't want them there? Like, if you can set up the tanks here on this bridge, then suddenly Shuttle's in an immense amount of trouble. Which is exactly what's happening all of a sudden. Dude, Ample, are you bossing this? Dude, Spider Minefield is here. The Zealots are getting cleared out. Vultures need to get rid of those dudes. Siege tanks fire, and Shuttle maybe doesn't want to do this, but he kind of has to. Oh, these Zealots are actually doing a great job distracting fire that otherwise would be going to those Dragoons, but still not enough. It is still a whole ton of siege tanks rolling in. These probes are not mining, but they would be very useful at that new 5th base that's warping, and he doesn't want them to die, even though they're not actively working here. It is 146 to 114 supply in favor of Shuttle, but this might be just one of those games where the Protoss just loses his main. That's it. Or loses the natural and doesn't allow the Terran to get up into the main base. We've seen Shuttle pull that off a few times as well, where the Terran's like, all right, I killed your natural, cool, but I really want to take down all of this production. in this main base, and the Protoss is just like, nah, you're not getting up this ramp. Because it's hard to do with these tanks. They're very stupid, right? So, oh, this base is mining, and this is detect, and the Dragoons are coming in. These guys need to go. Need to save the day. And if you do lose your main, you just put your production in this bottom left with all of your tech structures, too. This looks like a recall into the third base. Certainly does, doesn't it? So nicely done. Good counter-attacking. Losing a bunch of gate. Oh, man, is he up the ramp? And the 12 o'clock going down. Well, these units did manage to come over and save the day for the most part here. That tank on the ramp being a total moron, because that's what tanks and Dragoons and Goliaths alike do. They can't do ramps. Some Goliaths, you know, they do a lot of damage. They do a ton of ground damage. It's actually fairly impressive. You wouldn't think it looking at them sometimes. That actually has enough for a storm. Let's see if that High Templar ends up tossing one down here before it dies, because it's going to die. Oh, maybe. Oh, he's waiting. Oh my gosh, he's waiting. He's waiting. Also, Vultures managed to get inside the main base of Shuttle. That's exciting stuff. 12 o'clock gets saved. Tank. This is it, man. This is the end of the main base for Shuttle. Oh, I guess they just probably walked in because this is happening. Fair. Extremely fair. This High Templar has 100 energy. I don't know if Shuttle forgot he existed or something. This is absolutely a chaotic PvT for the ages right here. Hot didgeridoo. Dude, if Ample wins this game after losing like 20 siege tanks in the first 10 minutes, I don't even know what I'm going to say to that. Okay, one siege tank trying to hold the 12 o'clock. Two siege tanks trying to hold the 12 o'clock. Repair the siege tank. Keep it alive. There's that +3 upgrade. It's very good. I think he's going to save the 12 o'clock, and this main base is toast. All this tech is going to die. He's got to rebuild his tech. I guess some of the Arbiter Tribunals here. The Templar Archives is at the 6 o'clock as well. Some Zealots showed up, and that is the death of the 12 o'clock. Yeah, Dragoon's going to struggle in that situation. Zealots, tanky boys, good damage output. They're going to make it happen if there aren't a lot of Vultures around, which there were not. Woo! This is a great PvT. I am just beyond happy about how this one is going. It's very close. Both players at 20 minutes are at 94. I mean, they're around 100 supply each. Shuttle's obviously up 130 to 94, but losing all of this production in tech is bad. I mean, he's already mined out, so it's not like this is a question of income. And knocking the Terran back to one base is a pretty big friggin' deal. Ample needs to focus his efforts right now in retaking the 12 o'clock, because if he doesn't do that, I'm not sure if he can sustain what he's doing here. Alright, so stasis on the Science Vessel. Big recall on them siege tanks, though. Sick recall. At least you don't need to stasis them if you can straight outright kill them, eh? Yeah, that's a fair point, actually, yes. Well done, Shuttle, you terrifying Protoss player. So main base gone. Killing the Cyber Core would be pretty hot, actually. And he is. He's going to kill the Cyber Core. High ground siege tank kind of doing some work here on these Dragoons. Except the detection's a problem because he doesn't have any detection and now he's dead. So Cyber Core dies. 107 supply here. Retakes the 12 o'clock. I guess some units probably just bailed. And Shuttle's taking a left side base. 117 to 78 supply. Really trying to get in here. Oh, getting in here. Sniping down Dragoons. Getting some of these probes would be cool, but he doesn't have detection to see them. So they're hiding in the shadow of this Arbiter. There's your comm sat. And siege tanks are showing up. Dude, this game is turning into something incredible to behold. All right, the Assimilator is going to die. The Nexus is probably going to die, but still, we're going to be a three-basing. We are a three-basing Protoss at this point. And Ample is really trying his best to be a two-basing Terran, but he's not quite there yet. He's only at 23 SCVs. Another huge recall comes in. Oh, Shuttle. 100 to 60 supply right now. I think Shuttle might have this. I don't want to caster curse it. But seriously, what happened to all the SCVs from Ample? I guess I probably missed a Storm wander in and destroy everything over here, right? So a bunch of SCVs probably died that way because there's just too much action happening everywhere else. It's 46 to 23 workers. I just don't see it. I just don't see the path forward here for Ample to win this game, except that siege tanks are insanely good. And that's not even really a reason to predict any kind of a Terran victory here, right? Siege tank, good unit. Yes, Falcon, thank you, we know. Man, if this base had gone down, I don't know if it still makes a huge difference. Yeah, I mean, Shuttle's just taken a ton of losses, but has extra bases to absorb that. He's doing recalls on the tops of siege tanks to kill groups of them without having to walk across an open field to deal with them, which is what you want to avoid doing in most cases against Terran if they're going for this mech stuff. Hallucination on the way. Okay, all right. Hallucination coming in. Good EMP. Okay, catches the Arbiter. No recalls pour vous. Pour toi. However familiar these players are to each other, I don't know. But yeah, all the gateways are down in the bottom left. This is probably going to be another game where the Protoss loses his main, but wins the game anyway, which is just a really unique function of Protoss, right? It's very rare that Terran or Zerg can lose their main base and then just be like, we're good. We're going to set up a summer home. This is our new headquarters now, and we're going to win the game anyway. Protoss is kind of strong that way. So Hallucination is done. I don't know if we're planning on hallucinating some Arbiters. Oh, big recall. Yeah, this is the, well, not the only source of income for Ample, but it's pretty big. Oh, and he storms the ramp too, so 20 SCVs. Look at his SCVs coming back in. You feel in control? There's another storm available on that High Templar. Yeah, no. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I mean, this game is... Il est fini. Il est très fini. Drop. Okay. All right. This is going to be a Hail Mary drop from Ample. Oh, he sets up a tank in range of the cannons. And the army's in the general vicinity anyway, so all right. You got to lose a siege tank and have to get the heck on out of there. Right then. Oh. Ow. Science vessel wanders over into Dragoonville at the 12 o'clock. It gets blasted apart there, too. Yeah, this is the last stand of Ample. If you can't hold on to this, the game is over. And by over, I mean overtly over. Man, I mean, he's not even stasising. He's just, I just have enough. I just have enough to go up this ramp with Zealots. You only got 4 Vultures here. Some reinforcements are coming in, yeah, but siege tank's dead. Storming your own Zealots a tiny bit there. Never exactly what you want to do, but when you're this far ahead, you're gonna be fine. 30 to 126 supply. The GG is coming extraordinarily soon. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this game so far, because I think some of you are probably going to tap out watching at about this stage of the game, even though technically there hasn't been no GG. It's just Ample. There's not a path. There hasn't been a very good path for a while, and now the path is gone. It's out. New observatory warping in. I don't know. Again, siege tank. Okay. Siege tank in a dream. Got some kills on him. Knocks the Protoss down to 55 probes. Zealots. Trying to get a good path up there. Oh, can't go through here apparently. I don't know, whatever, that's fine. What else? Top left base. Warping in for Shuttle soon. 1 base of income mining here from Ample and 23 SCVs. Really trying to make this thing work, but, you know, was this game possibly over? During the early, that first attack from Shuttle, where he just completely wiped out the tank count of the Terran, ruined it. He had to restart from basically 0, storms himself there. All right, Vulture trying to kill some High Templar, but the shuttle keeps them alive. Look, Ample, I appreciate what you're doing for us here today, and all Terran fans everywhere. I'm trying to make this a strong comeback, but like... Boy. Vulture dies. Terran music starts anew. $183 to 61 supply. You don't really often see games get to this point. Ample, just spider mines, delay the inevitable. Get siege tanks in there, kill a lot of stuff. Don't die to zealots. Oh, we both died to zealots. Try to expand it. Nope, GG! Ample taps out, and Shuttle is your winner in 31 minutes and 6 seconds. Holy cannoli. That was an absolutely disgustingly good PVT by Shuttle there. I mean, what else can I say, right? What else can I say here other than that Shuttle was just on point from minute 1 in this game. He must have killed 50, 60, 70 siege tanks. Vultures never really did a lot. He did end up losing his main and his natural, but that was all part of his plan. He just denied bases from Ample, expanded a whole bunch, did the Zerg thing, and got the win. Good. Very, very good there from these players. 230,000 points from Shuttle, 194 for Ample. Produce about the same number of units, which is generally bad for the Protoss. Kill the same number of units, too. This is interesting. Ample ended up losing more, so that's kind of the number there, right? Buildings raised. Obviously, Protoss lost more, but it didn't matter. And this, my gosh, this is the outspent of it all. So this is spending on things like cannons and pylons and new structures and nexuses, right? Because he ends up outspending the Terran by, what is it, 73 to 47,000, so that's 3 plus 10. Plus 10 plus 3? Is that a 36,000? No, 26,000. I think it's a 26,000 resource advantage. That's nuts. That's insane for total spent in a game. Haven't seen the number that big in a while. So, great job. Really fantastic job. I mean, that was... Oh, what a great, great, great PVT. Nice job, Shuttle. All right, so that is going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.